I would say that don't feel uncomfortable, don't feel nervous when there's some feedback. It's just natural. Like, think from your listener perspective. He is just trying to help, and you can let him know because very less people who has stutter and not much people who understand stutter very well, right? It's a good opportunity to let your listener know that actually this is not about nervous. This is just how stutter is, and yeah, and just give me a little bit more time, and we'll be fine.
I really love your attitude and perspective on this. This can get to be a little bit of a hot topic where people get angry with their listeners too.
Yeah.
And you seem to hold a space of grace for your
Mhm.
listener that I think is really beautiful. Sometimes your listener is actually wrong and you could be offended by them, but you're not. You take it
Thank
as
you.
what you just described is taking it as an opportunity to educate and to gently present feedback to help them and to help your communication exchange. What a beautiful way of keeping an respectful and good connection between the two of you too. That grace that you're extending is not always seen. So I think you're a
Thank
great
you.
example of
Thank you.
that.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel that at least I can choose who I want to talk to or not at most time. There's some
Yes.
time that I cannot choose, but most time that I can choose. So if I decide to talk to a person, right, I wanted to share views, express ideas, explore ideas, or have a discussion or a dialogue. I must either like this person or like this conversation, or I think this conversation is helpful, or otherwise I probably will not initiate such conversation. I will not walk to streets, talk to random people. Hey, how's the weather today? I will not do that.
Mm.
So if you think there's must be benefit, no matter building connection, building relationship, enjoy connection, or achieve some work related topics, there are benefits for connecting and speaking.
Mm.
So if you see benefit of doing that, and the other people is just trying to help, so why not why not prepare or provide some information or some clarification?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
And if you don't like these people, just don't talk to him. There's no law saying that you have to talk to this person that you don't like, right?
Yes. So I wonder how you ended up in this matter of fact type of place because not everybody does. I'm kind of curious, like, how are you? This is not something you and I have worked fervently at. I feel
Mhm.
like you kind of came to the table with this, the grace for your listener, not being easily offended
Mhm.
by mishaps from your listener.
Mhm.
And I feel like, especially in um, this day and age where we're very into microaggressions
Mhm.
and society, just right, there's a whole lot of stuff out
Mhm.
there that can
Mhm.
be very volatile.
Mhm.
But how did you end up where if your listener says something that's, they make an assumption that you're nervous or that you need to calm down or that they interrupt you and fill in a word for you, but you are not offended by that and you don't mind giving them some information, but there's no big emotional response there. You're not shutting down. You don't feel ashamed, right? These are things that some other people who stutter are dealing with.
Mhm.
And so I'm wondering, what is it in you that's kind of giving you that leg up?
Yeah, I feel maybe at least two things. I feel the first is that is how I really think it's good and it's lucky for me to stutter. I might have built more empathy, especially in communication. I know how frustrating or how like how I feel when I stutter. So I know how valuable this communication connection is. So if a listener, I mean, he's just trying to help. He know very less about stutter. He's just trying to help. So why should I be offended? someone's goodness. As I feel that that I really think the empathy that I built throughout the starter experience is something valuable or helpful. And I would say second, just in general, I come through lots of things, right? There's ups, there's downs. I talk to many people. I deal with many people. There are good people. There are not so good people. So I the sensitization level is relatively low. So that's why I was sharing with you that I can choose who I want to speak. I can choose who I do not want to speak, and I do not feel bad that I speak to someone. I feel that I do not want to speak to that person. I will find opportunity to politely end that conversation. It's my choice. So
Yes. Yes, you seem to be in a really good place of like empowerment, self-empowerment, and
mhm,
okayness with yourself. Um, and I love that you use the right word, empathy, empathy for your listeners. Yes. So, okay, thank you for sharing that because I think that could be helpful for others to be able to relate to that. And
mhm,
even
mhm.
I think there's an intention and a belief system that you have around it that's making this ability to walk this out